Not like he has narcissistic qualities. Like, I think he's a narcissist. And he pled innocent in a case where he had so much evidence stacked against him. It was pretty delusional. So he lost, and he got 15 to life sentence. And actually, an appeal was granted. He got out. So I had been visiting him. Again, my family thought it was best if I visited him in prison when I was a teenager and in my 20s. And so, like, he also asked for a lot. Like, he wanted money, he wanted a lot of attention. It's sort of more like a kid, I feel like, in his mindset. And I would give it because I felt obligated. And all of this was going on during, it started during high school, when that was a really tough time because, again, I didn't have a whole lot of emotional or social support at home to begin with.
What's happening, y'all? Decided to put in a little work before my interview. It's early morning in Silver Lake.
He got a second chance, and then he screwed it up again, which is what happens. Recidivism with these kinds of crimes, like with abuse of children. It's just a psychology thing. We learn about it in our trainings at school. I think we all knew that was going to happen. I mean, he wasn't rehabilitated. So now it's permanent, pretty permanent. And I made a decision to no longer speak with him because it has never been in my best interest, but especially now as I've gotten older and I just don't have, that's not where I want to put my resources.
Oh, that's Angelica. She's a dancer and a teacher with a powerful story. I'm so glad she agreed to talk.
So I'm Angelica Bell. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area originally. I grew up in like the East Bay, sort of like around Walnut Creek, Concord area. Now I teach dance in K through 12, and it's been 6 years of that. With teaching, my focus is really like, how can I make this interesting, or how can I make this work for these students, for these people? I want to give them like a taste of what I feel like I've experienced. My very first job was at a technically public school in one of the wealthiest zip codes in the United States, but it was, extremely wealthy people, like, upper class. And it was, to me, very an unrelatable environment, and I didn't enjoy it. It's not that, the kids are bad, the people are bad. It's just, I couldn't relate to the mindset that a lot of the families and children carried with them, which was that they, I guess, were entitled to be talented. They're entitled to already be amazing at everything. It's a different, I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, parents would be spending thousands of dollars on building dance studios in their homes for their kids who've never taken dance classes before. And I'm like, this is an interesting mindset. And frequently we would hear from those kids, my parents said I don't have to work when I get older, so I don't have to listen to you. Yeah, not just me, but multiple staff members, because they don't have to work. They had so much money. So that shifts perspective. And I'm not really interested in working with people who don't want to grow. Ever since then, I've always worked in public schools, and specifically schools like the one I work at now, where it's mostly kids who are living below the poverty line. And it's interesting because, like, there's some struggles that I feel overlap, that I have that overlap with theirs, although we have different economic circumstances, and also, racially, like, there's not very many white kids at the school that I work at, for example, and although I'm mixed, I'm white, or identify as white. My mom is actually from Korea. But people they can't tell that I'm also Korean because I look white. But yeah, so I feel like, for example, I have some students, right, and they've like come to me and they're embarrassed to share this information, but like one of their parents is in prison or is incarcerated. So was mine. Like, mine will be incarcerated for the rest of his life because of his like stuff that he's done, And so it's interesting because there's a lot of assumptions that like kids will make, like probably because of just my, my identity. Like, she's not going to understand some of the things. I'm not saying all the kids have that experience, but some of these issues of incarceration and broken families and abuse and things that I've experienced are a lot of times correlated with, like, economic need. Being compassionate and making space for what they're going through and acknowledging the pain and the discomfort and the injustice of those things, because it's not fair. Even on an economic level, it's not fair that some of our kids just don't have enough to survive, But how can we support a mindset that'll give them a shot in the future, even if in the moment there's going to be struggles? Like, I don't think there's like a one-size-fits-all easy answer and sheer effort will overcome everything. No. But I think we can at least continue to try to believe in ourselves. Like, if I didn't, I don't know where I would be.
Same.
But lastly, I would say to that question, mental health is also extremely important. So, like, maybe even more, but it's all related. Because I know for me, I struggle with, like, anxiety and depression. And those two things, like, forever, that makes a huge difference in performance and in how you're learning and how you're performing.
I think a lot of artists struggle with anxiety and depression.
I think so too. Yeah.
What is that about?
You mean as an artist?
Yeah, like, why do artists struggle with anxiety and depression?
I think because we're more aware of what's going on, or we're just tapped into things, and life is kind of hard, or it can be. Like, there's a lot of truths that are difficult, and I think as humans we react emotionally to things, and it's okay, like, to be sensitive. But I feel like our culture, or just the way society is set up, it doesn't leave a whole lot of space for that, I think it stigmatizes sensitivity, or stigmatizes, like, you have a problem if you're anxious, or you have a problem if you're depressed. And I'm kind of like, what about the sociological factors that make it really, really make sense to be anxious and depressed? Right? Like, I don't think it's all individual.
Like, you'd almost be crazy not to be.
Yeah, exactly. It's not I think chemically speaking, like, I can say, like, I have, like, an anxiety disorder, but diagnosed. And I can see that on a chemical level, that's within me. However, there's so many different, like, factors that have led to that I'm kind of like, yeah, of course I have anxiety.
And speaking of anxiety, did you say that one of your family members is in prison?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how did that impact you growing up?
Oh, wow. Like, majorly. It's my dad. I think it was 14. Got a call. It's like, your dad's in jail. Like, he got arrested. And then the whole trial process starts, but it takes years sometimes. Like, his trial, I think it took like a year and a half. His bail was posted extremely high. Somebody paid it. I don't know why. And then, like, he, wound up, because I think he's genuinely kind of, like, a narcissist. Not like he has narcissistic qualities. Like, I think he's a narcissist. And he pled innocent in a case where he had so much evidence stacked against him. It was pretty delusional. So he lost, and he got 15 to life sentence. And actually, an appeal was granted. He got out. So I had been visiting him. Again, my family thought it was best if I visited him in prison when I was a teenager and in my 20s. And so, like, he also asked for a lot. Like, he wanted money, he wanted a lot of attention. It's sort of more like a kid, I feel like, in his mindset. And I would give it because I felt obligated. And all of this was going on during, it started during high school, when that was a really tough time because, again, I didn't have a whole lot of emotional or social support at home to begin with. My father wound up getting out of prison on an appeal that was granted. And get this, I think this is fascinating. The judge who granted the appeal said something like, sometimes people say the punishment doesn't fit the crime, but in this case, the punishment doesn't fit the criminal. And I thought that was fascinating because I'm like, why would you distinguish between those things in this particular situation where, like, he actively harmed children, for example, right? And so with those kinds of behaviors, they don't just go away. Yeah. So I thought that was fascinating. He got a second chance, and then he screwed it up again, which is what happens. Recidivism with these kinds of crimes, like with abuse of children. It's just a psychology thing. We learn about it in our trainings at school. I think we all knew that was going to happen. I mean, he wasn't rehabilitated. So now it's permanent, pretty permanent. And I made a decision to no longer speak with him because it has never been in my best interest, but especially now as I've gotten older and I just don't have, that's not where I want to put my resources at this point, emotionally or mentally. But yeah, so that impacted me significantly as a person, like even just being around him and sort of the people that he kept in his life. And it did help me understand to trust my instincts, because even though nobody believed me, even as a kid, I knew.
What brings you joy? What makes you come alive these days?
I feel like for me, maybe this is the Aries in me, but I do like to be open to the moment. I feel like if I'm, sort of like with people that I feel safe with, what brings me joy lately is just kind of going out in the world and finding moments of beauty. Like the other day I was with a friend, I think we were in Leimert Park, and there was just like a drum circle going on and dancing, and I was like, wow, this is so, and she participates in things like that, so it was really cool to just be there with her. LA gives us those opportunities too. Like where we are is incredible. You can just go out and all of a sudden, you're with a bunch of artists somewhere. You're with but I love that. I'm trying to be more, I try to embrace those spontaneous moments more, because as a young person, I think I was so controlled. I found joy in other ways, but getting older, like you said, we only live once as far as we know. So I want to enjoy those small moments of connection and joy with other people in the world. Of course, dance makes me happy, gives me joy, but also just honestly, sitting with a friend, having coffee, connecting in that way, like that brings me enormous joy as well. And so it's just more about who you're with, I think, and the energy that situations bring for me. Yeah.
So
the little things, yeah. It's really special.
That's his bench.
How you doing, buddy? This your bench? I'm not taking your bench. Can I pet him?
Oh, yeah, he's good guy.
Hey, buddy.
Angelica, my homegirl, I want to thank you for coming through, for blessing us. You and stories like yours, that's exactly why I started this project, Ahmad Talks to God. The God in me, recognizing the God in you, and just having a soul-to-soul experience. And you kept it real, you kept it raw, you kept it authentic. A lot of people won't talk about, family issues and secrets and areas that you really don't want anybody to peer into. But you gave it to us, and I know you helped a lot of people. I know you helped me, because even in thinking about what I wanted to say about your talk, it brought me back to my brother, my big brother, my bro. So I always looked up to him. He started playing football, I wanted to play football. He started rapping, I wanted to rap. But he kind of never liked me. That's the thing. I know he loved me because he used to defend me. I remember we were in South Central and the Hoovers were trying to get me to bang. And he told me later, I didn't even know about it, but he was like, nah, not Ahmad. Like Ahmad is doing his music, y'all not gonna have Ahmad. And they left me alone. But then he would do stuff like that and then not talk to me, didn't want me around him. I would be begging, let me go with y'all. Nah, I don't want to take Ahmad. And my mom would have to make me, you can't go if you don't take Ahmad. Oh, come on, you little punk. And I would go because I still wanted to go, but it was never like, man, this is my brother. Come on, Ahmad, da-da-da-da. It was just always a struggle. But I thought that would stop when we became adults. But I've graduated from 3 different colleges, and my brother hasn't been to one ceremony. My son is 21 now. My brother's never celebrated one of his birthdays. And just hearing Angelica talk about how she had to put her father down because it was too painful to carry him. My brother, I gotta put you down. And if all I have left are the memories we've already experienced together, that's a lifetime. That's a treasure. Big bro, I love you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Whatever I did that caused you to stop talking to me 7, 8 years ago, I'm sorry. I apologize, man. I love you. But I'm a star. How can I not shine? You know, I want you to shine with me. And I'm not going to feel guilty for having the light of God inside of me and for being a city on a hill that can't be hidden. Because you're the same thing. We come from the same source. And I just wish you could see the light that you are. And maybe you do. But it's no reason for us to be at odds or bickering or competing. I love you, man. Like, I wouldn't be rapping. I wouldn't have gone to college. Like, you, man, you're the one. You're my big brother. So I hope you watch this, but I gotta put you down. And if you reach out to me, I'm here. If you call me, I'll answer. If you visit me, I'll open the door. But if you don't, I'm through trying, because I got too much life to live, and I'm pressing toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God. That Christ consciousness in me, that Buddha nature in me, that love that's in me, I gotta give it to the people. And I've been holding it back selfishly, you know, whether it's shame, anxiety, depression, worried about what other people think and say about me, including you, bro. What does my brother think? What is my brother saying? Why don't my brother love me? I'm doing a disservice to the source of all life, who put me here for a reason. And everybody watching, thank you. This episode is really dedicated to my brother. I hope you're watching. But I know everybody has family or friends or people you've had to put down because it's too painful to carry them. And you love them, but for some reason they don't love you. And that's the worst feeling, man. That's the worst feeling. But thank y'all for watching. New episode every week. It don't get realer than this. It's as real as it gets, and I'm keeping all that. I'm not gonna take it out. Cause it hurts, man, but I love my brother. But I'm coming, man, I'm coming. I'm working on new music. I got a new EP coming, new episode every week. Peace and blessings. It's your boy Ahmad. Respect. The highest spiritual practice is not to diminish yourself in service to others. The highest spiritual practice is not to deny your own needs and desires in favor of everyone else's. The highest spiritual practice is to recognize the divine being that you are and to love that being with all your heart, mind, and soul. This is what it means to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. God is not separate from you. God is the very life and consciousness that you are. To love God is to love the divine presence expressing itself as you. Neville Goddard.